Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to go through one machine on the One Hub, which is Victim. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine. Here is great description for this machine. Not very easy, and immersion is key, and also brute forcing SSH will be blocked, will be banned. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss my any uploaded videos in the subscription. And also, if you don't mind, please leave a like below. This will help me very much with the YouTube algorithm. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to the Kali Linux VM. And another thing I'd like to point out for you is, in this video, I will take a very different way or two ways to make privilege escalation. So now, first of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. So we can launch netdiscover and press enter. As you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 124. So what are we going to do next? We need to do the port and surface scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. For now, we just get out its result. As you can see over here, I used the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. So from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open port numbers in total. So as you can see over here, it's very important to put the option of -p-, otherwise these unusual port numbers cannot be recognized. And let's take a look at all port numbers one by one. And the first one is 22, which is running SSH service, and also the version information, open SSH, including the version number. Although this version is not updated one. However, I don't think we can find any vulnerability for this particular version, except the username evaluation vulnerability. Of course, that's not what we want at this moment. The next one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. And the next is 8080, which is running HTTP service as well, and the same service Apache 2. And the next one, this one is BusyBox, and I think this is also Apache, okay? And the next one is 8999, which is also running HTTP service, and also give us the service information WebFS. And even I think this should be the version of this service. Maybe I can copy. So the IP address of the target is this one. So immersion port number, and the last one is 9000, which is also running HTTP service, and also the service information. Of course, the map cannot be sure the exact version of PHP CLI server, which is fine. So what we are going to do next, we need to do immersion for each of those web applications one by one. Let's launch our browser. Put the IP address of the target into the address bar. So we got the page back, so no configuration file found. and no installation code available. Exiting. It looks like the configuration is not configured or made properly. Anyway, as usual, we need to check its source code. Sorry, what's this? So cancel. We can check or view the page source. So no configuration file found and no installation code available. Next, we need to check whether this site has robots file. We got this one. So this one, it doesn't looks like this is the directory. Maybe we can copy. So another port number is 80. We found this one from the robots file. However, we can access this very weird not found. So maybe this should be the password, or username. However, the author has already given us the requirement. We cannot do the brute forcing SSH, okay? Otherwise, it will be banned, okay? So now, next we can launch our Nikto to do the automatic immersion. Press enter to see whether we can find something interesting from Nikto. In the meantime, we can take a look at the port number 8080 to save the time. We can do jobs in parallel, right? 8080. So again, we got another 404 error not found. And as usual, we need to check its source code. And also we need to check whether this site has robot file or not. Not found. So next, it's done. And we found some administrator. So we can copy. Administrator. So again, we got the same error as before. And the bin, we must be very careful and patient. So the empty HTML document or page, the includes, we can copy. Press enter. Again, we got nothing. And the next should be temp. And the license. So what about the license? Can we get some software information? So this some sort of GNU license document, totally useless. And let's look at this one. HT access. Sometimes we can get some credential from such a file. Although we cannot see such information, however, we can get maybe this should be the CMS. We can copy. So this should be the robots file. And from the access file, we can get the CMS information, Joomla. Joomla, different version of Joomla has some sort of vulnerability which we can utilize. Of course, at this moment, we don't know which version is using by the target. And administrator, I think, okay. So nothing we can get. Maybe I can access this page again. So we still get the same error. Next, we can launch our GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. We can press enter. A lot of output. So we can put the option of B. This would put the negative status code. So it means that the response with such a status code would be filtered. Okay. And if you press again, you get another error, which is fine. We can put the exclude length and the length value, and you can, you can get the GoBuster running. Like README, maybe we can take a look at this file. Sometimes such file can review version information or surface information. Let's press enter. As you can see, we can get the version. Maybe the version is 3.9. Okay. So we just let it run, and we can open up another tab. Make it bigger, make the font be bigger, so you can see what's going on exactly. So next, I think we can, we can use such a sprite to see whether we can find the vulnerability or exploit for this version of Joomla. So we can use such a sprite, and this should be, the Joomla. And we can get several available exploits like this one, but I think this is only one which meets our environment, right? Authenticated. So maybe we can copy this code or exploit from this path. This is relative path. We can get out this file. I think this is unauthenticated exploit, so I think we can run. Press enter. So we need to put the URL. We got the error time. So I don't think this exploit can work for our case. Okay, so now we can go back to the GoBuster. Of course, although GoBuster can discover many, directories or files, and I think because I've already done the Joomla machines, I think all of them belong to the installation of Joomla. And also the reason we have already seen before, this application, web application, is not configured properly. Okay, so I'd like to interrupt it here because we cannot find anything important. Let's move on to the next port number. Port number should it be 8080. Press enter. Not found. Yeah, we have already know that. Nikto. Oh, we found the very interesting. This might be interesting. We found this file passwords. We can copy and put in its end. There's some sort of a rabbit hole. Nothing useful. Okay, rubbish. Okay, so next we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. And of course, we need to put the port number 8080. 8080. Press enter. In the meantime, we can take a look at another port number, right? So maybe I can 8080. Oh, file, PHP, we can copy. Press enter. This PHP file is not properly executed or interpreted by the target, by the web application. We just downloaded this file. We can copy or move. Sudo, no need. File, PHP. And we can cut out this one. So maybe we need to pass or give the parameter file to see whether this parameter has LFI vulnerability. Again, this PHP file cannot be run or executed as usual. Okay, so now go back. So the file PHP, nothing. Okay. And next, I think we need to take a look at this port number, because at the stage of the port scanning, we have to know that this port number is running this application or this service. We can copy, and we can use such as point and put it in here to see whether this service has vulnerability or not. So no results. Okay. Next, .8080. And the next, I think we need to take a look at the last port number manually. $9,000. Boat database driver error. SQLite was elected as the database type, but the driver does not exist. So maybe we can copy what it's about. We can use Google. So this is an embedded key value database for Go. All right. So this should be, we can put maybe running some sort of a boat database. This is an embedded database key value. It's not like MySQL, the relational database. This is the key value database. Like, I think this is very similar to Mongo, but maybe much more lighter, much lighter. Okay. And next we can launch the Nikto to make automatic immersion with the port number 8999. Because this machine involves so many port numbers, which will involve a lot of work for us to do, right? So why host? Oh, sorry, I mistype the IP address. It looks like it's running WordPress. Interesting. WordPress. But it's not okay. So we found a lot of WordPress files and directories like WordPress configuration, but this is sample. So again, this application is not configured as well. And if you click, you can get the source code. Interesting. But I don't think such a file can give us valuable information. However, can you notice here, this one, WPA, this is the cap file we can download. We can move from downloads directory to the current working directory. Then we can use Wireshark to open it up. So I think it looks like this file contains some packets, not packets, maybe frames, and works on the Wi-Fi. Even we know the SSID. SSID is, so we get the file cap, and from this file we can get the SSID is the link. Of course, I think we cannot find password for this Wi-Fi hotspot because the password should be, protected or encrypted. However, we can use AirCrack suite to crack it. Okay, so let me do it. Okay, I don't think we can find anything from the GoBuster. Similarly, next we can launch GoBuster to do the direct enumeration for the other port numbers like 8999. Of course, in this case, it's not necessary to launch the utility, WordPress scan utility, because just mentioned this WordPress CMS is not configured properly. Although we can find the files, but this file cannot be interrupted as usual. Okay, so I'd like to quit from the GoBuster. Again, if you want, you can run the GoBuster with the final port number. And then we need to put exclude lens. Oh, sorry. And now let's go back. Here we found this one, files directory. Interesting. So 9,000 files. No. Very weird. Nothing at all. So I think we have done almost everything what we can with so many web applications on the target machine. So far, I think the only valuable or the most valuable information what we got is the SSID. So maybe we can use this SSID as username. And, however, the author has already required us not to do the brute forcing. So next, we can use AirCrack suite to crack the password. Let me do it now. So we can close up the Wireshark, and maybe I can, because I do not want to waste your time anymore. So we can use aircraft, and I use the option of -W to specify the word list, and we can use RockQ as word list, and then we can press enter, and then we'll try to crack the passphrase or password for the Wi-Fi hotspot, and then we can try to use the SSID, and also as you can see, we successfully crack it. We can copy, and the password should be this one. Sometimes there is one vulnerability. We can call it credentials reuse. So we can use SSH, D-Link, and password, paste in here. It does work. So next, what do we have to do? We need to elevate our privilege, right? And to do that, we need to do some local immersion. And here, go to the home directory. There is another normal user victim. However, permission denied. And we need to check out the kernel. So this kernel maybe has some exploits, but here I do not want to try. If you want, please let me know in the comment below. And next, we can navigate across some locations, for example, like OPT, nothing there. Oh, container, permission denied. And we can go to the var directory, go to the backups directory, nothing there. www directory. The three sites, one is boat, and so readme, go to the app, go to config. I think this web application is running by root user rather than www-data. Very important. So I think which one? Maybe this one, right? Is run by root user. Config. We can check whether we can find something sensitive like username, password, something like that, right? A lot of code, a lot of configuration. Nothing useful. The database name. All right, so next I think we can go to the another directory, or maybe we can, upload the Nymper shell script to do the automatic immersion. And I've already got this script ready, this one. So next we need to upload this script to the target. To do that, we can set up web server on the Kali Linux. Now we go back to TuxShare shell, Nymper's, and we need to make it executable, and we can run it to see whether we can find vectors or vector to help us to elevate privilege. I think we have already noticed something which is highlighted in yellow and red color. This one, no hop. I never use it, this command. But it's all right. We can go to the website. Maybe I like to scroll up because I cannot remember it very clearly. SUID. Yeah, this one no hub. So we can go to the website of GTF OBINS. And no hub. Has SUID bit. So the escalation itself would be very simple. We can copy this line and no hub and paste in here. As you can see, we successfully elevated our privilege to root user. Then we can navigate to root directory, and then we can cut out the flag here. Okay, so I think we have already completed this machine. Before I end this video, I'd like to demonstrate another way to elevate privilege. Can you remember during the manual immersion for the boat application, go to the as you can see public, go to the public. Very weird, you know, this is not correct configuration. The files directory, everyone has read, write, and execution permission. So, and also just as mentioned earlier, the boat, this application is running by the root user. So then if we can put some malicious PHP file onto or into the files directory, and then we access this file, and I think we can get another shell which belong to the root user. Let's do it in action files. And I've already, maybe I need to open up another tab. And this one, the PHP reverse shell file, which you can get from the Pentest Monkey website or other websites. And next we can duplicate, because this file directories, everyone has access and full permissions, I mean. So we can use duplicate to upload shell PHP. And also, I'm not sure whether Limpia shell script has already identified this configuration as well. Passwords, credentials, all relevant web files, backup files. So modified interesting files in the last 5 minutes. Interesting writable files owned by me or writable by everyone, not in home. So I think the Limpia shell script also has already pointed out for us. So next we can, you know, set up another listener and to go to the browser, and the directory, the path should be files, and then the name of the file. We can press enter. As you can see, we also get the shell from the target, and this shell belongs to the root user. All right, so that's all I'd like to do in this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.